I've been wanting to make some zines for a while, and I'm finally pushing myself to do it. Zines are sort of these tiny little handmade books, kind of like half art journal, half poetry. They're not quite comics, they're something a little different. I've seen a bunch of really cool ones over the years, and a few years ago I got addicted to this series of books called Ley Lines. They're usually printed in one color, risograph style printing on like colored cardstock. They're usually around 24 pages or so. For a while I was hung up on the idea of how these books would be bound. I was nervous to sew them, stapling felt amateur. Found a few YouTube videos that talked about a style of bookbinding that didn't require any sewing. It was called tab binding, and basically you secured the book signatures together with little tabs. So I made a few versions of those, and then started filling them with random stuff, collage, some sketches, some stickers, just kind of whatever I could do. But there was no real story there. There's a classic style of zine making that allows you to make a zine from a single page of copy paper. But I never really liked it. It requires you to fold the paper over and then fold each piece again, which leaves the inside completely unused. It makes the zine really bulky. It's also very small. So I was really hoping to find a different method to start my zines. I decided to kind of adapt that style, and I turned it into sort of a 6-page zine where the one page that was folded over, I would glue and then turn that into a pocket where I could hide some other stuff. I was talking about my desire to make zines on Threads, and I got a pretty good response from a bunch of other zine artists that have been making zines for a while. They were very encouraging, and one of the comments was basically just give yourself a single session to make as many zines as possible. That way you're not stressed about what the zines will be about. And so I did. I ended up making 3 little zines in a session. They're pretty silly and they're not anything I would necessarily sell, but I like that they got me going. They got me started. I have all these other projects on my website, which I eventually want to turn into full art books and maybe even animations, but I think on the way to that, it might be fun to see how many of them I can turn into little zines first. And who knows, if I get enough of those zines made, maybe that can be a book.